Namaste students, myself Sunil Kumar from the Department of Computer Science. Today we are moving to new chapter 11, pointers. And today's our topic is Introduction to Pointer, Advantages of Pointers, Pointer Declaration and Assigning, Address and Pointer Operator, and Pointer Arithmetics. Here we will move to the introduction. What is pointer actually? Pointer is a variable. Normal, how you will declare the variable? This is also a variable, but it holds the address of another variable. Remember, pointer is a variable that holds the address of another variable. That is actually known as pointers. If you use the pointer have some advantages. The main advantage of the pointer is it is possible to write efficient programs. We can write efficient programs in C++ if we use the pointers. Second one is memory is utilized properly. We can utilize the memory properly without wasting a single memory unit. We can use the memory in case of pointers. The last one is dynamic allocate and deallocate. This is an important concept for pointers. That is, dynamically we can allocate and deallocate the memory. Dynamically we can allocate and deallocate the memory. Allocate means reserving some memory space for the variable. If you declare any variable, we have to reserve some space. That reserving some space is known as allocating the memory. And reserved space we are going to delete later or we are going to destroy later. That is known as deallocate. That allocation and deallocation can be done dynamically. Dynamically means at the time of execution or runtime. When you are going to execute the program, at that time we can allocate and deallocate the memory if we use the pointers. And here main advantage is memory utilization of a pointer. Remember, it is a main advantage. Memory is organized as an array of bytes. A byte is a basic storage and accessible unit in a memory. So if you take the memory is organized in the manner of array of bytes. Array means always increasing, gradually increasing. So like that, array is also memory. Array is array of bytes. Memory is a array of bytes. A byte means is a basic unit or basic storage unit that you can access. That is a basic unit of storage that can be accessed by the user. Each byte identified by a unique number called address. If you take any byte, each byte contains its own address. That address that is referred by the address. Each byte is referred by the address. That is a unique number. Multiple byte will not have the same address. Each byte have its own address. So like that, each byte is identified. You can identify the byte by its own address. We know that variables are declared before they are used in a program. So whenever if you are going to use any variable, before using the variable we have to declare. Declaration of variable tells the compiler to the perform some operation. For example, if you declare any variable in a system or in a program, that mainly tells the compiler that allocate location in a memory. Main thing, if you declaration means it should allocate a memory or location in a memory, and number of location depends on the data type. Number of location is depends on the data type. Remember, there are mainly 5 fundamental data types are there: integer, character, double, float and oid. So mainly 4 we are using: integer, int, char, double, float we are using. For byte size of character is 1 byte, integer is 2 byte, float is 4 byte and double is 8 byte. So location is depends on the data type. For example, if you declared an integer variable means 2 bytes are required. If you declared a float means 4 bytes are required. So that is depends on the data type. And it tells the compiler that allocate some memory for the variable. and establish the relation between address of the location and the name of the variable. And also should establish a relation. Some relation should be there between the address and the name of the variable. These are the two things happening when you are going to declare the variables. Here one declaration, consider this declaration, int num. Num is the one variable. The type is integer. I declare int num. Normal I will declare int a, int b, inside. Like that I declared here int num. Num is the one variable. The declaration tells the compiler reserve a location in memory. So it tells the compiler that we have to reserve some memory for the variable num. We know that size of the int is 2 bytes. See, I told character is 1 byte, int 2 byte, float 4 bytes and double 8 bytes. Here size of the int is 2 bytes. So if you see the table here address is given as 100 and 101. Not always same, it will be different. It's a unique number. For identifying purpose I used as a 100 and 100 not 1. So here size of 2 bytes is assigned for the variable num. 2 bytes, 100 is 1 byte, 101 is one more byte. So 2 bytes is assigned for the variable num, and here value assigned as 15. In this figure the variable stores the value 15. I didn't mention that one, but if you use the value num is equal to 10, here I used num is equal to 15. If I use num is equal to 15, so data will be stored in num is 15, and address of the num is 100. It's not 100 not 1, 100 is the address of the num. So we can store the, remember it is also possible to store the address and also possible to retrieve the address. The address of the variable can be retrieved and also possible to store. Here are some advantages of pointer. Pointer saves the memory space. Remember, it will save the total memory space of the program. Second one is dynamically allocate and deallocate the memory. This important one. It is possible to allocate and deallocate the memory dynamically. Dynamically means at the time of execution. When you are going to execute the program, at that time you can allocate and deallocate the memory dynamically. And easy to deal with the hardware components. Whenever hardware components is, that means easy to deal with the hardware component. Establishes communication between the program and data. Whenever multiple programs are there or data is there, means it will establish a relation between the program and data. Pointers are used for file handling. File handling is the next chapter. When you are going to use the files in your program, if you want to handle the files in your program, then pointers are helpful. Then pointers are used in complex data structures. You studied already about the data structures such as linked list, stack, queue, trees, graph. If you want to use these type of non-linear data structures, whenever if you want to implement the non-linear data structures, pointers are used. Then how we can declare the pointers? I already told pointer is a variable that holds the memory address of another variable. Pointer is a variable that holds the memory address of another variable. Pointer is also variables, hence they must be defined like other any program, any variable. Normally how we will declare the variable, like that also we should declare, but small difference is there. Here general syntax. First you should give the data type. Data type should be given. For example, integer, character, double, float. Anything you can give. Int, char, double, float, that we can give. For example, data types. Then star symbol. Remember, star, that is actually known as pointer variable. Pointer variable. Then we can use the variable name. PTR means pointer. Just I use as a PTR. There's a pointer variable name. Any variable name you can use. Here I used three terms. One is the data type. Second one is the PTR variable name. Last one is the star. Data type is the fundamental data type or any other user defined data type used in C++, and PTR name is the name of the pointer variable. Last one is star. Star is known as pointer variable. Remember, star is the pointer variable. Here is a general some examples. Here one int pointer variable star iptr is one name. So float star fptr character char pointer cptr. So I use the different names. So first one which declares the pointers variable of int type, second one which declares the pointer variable of float type, third one which declares the pointer variable of character type. So these are the three types of variable I declared. Here how we can initialize the pointer? First declaration is over, then how we can initialize the variable? Once we declare the pointer variable, we must make it to point to something. See, pointer variable holds the address of another variable. So we have to assign the address of any other variable to the pointers. So we have to make to point to something else. So we can do by this by assigning or initializing ptr variable to the address of any other variable. See here one example iptr. Iptr is I already declared as integer. So iptr equals and is known as address of operator. See, and num is the one variable I declared. Num is the one variable I declared. So address of ampersand means and symbol, or it is known as address operator, or normally say address of num is assigned to the iptr. Iptr is pointer variable. Iptr is a pointer variable. Address of num is assigned to the iptr. Here and is the address operator and is represented address of. Normally say this address of the variable. Address of the variable is num. Num of the variable. Num is the variable. That address is assigned to the iptr. Here on programming example. Here programming used without using the class. Normal methods I used here. Here int num, one integer variable is declared. Then int iptr, red color you can see, int iptr. Iptr means one iptr variable is declared or pointer variable is declared. Then num is equal to 574. 574 more 4 means the data stored in num is 574. Then iptr is equal to address of num. Address of num is assigned to iptr. Cout num. If you give cout num, 574 will be displayed. Cout to iptr means address of num. We don't know which address it is. So normally address will be changing. So address of num is stored in iptr. So which data is stored in iptr, that will be displayed. So this is pointer initialization. Here mainly we are using two operators. One is an address operator and one is a pointer operator. See, and is a unary operator that returns the address of its operand. So operand means variable. Any variable is given means for that particular variable's address will be returned. So example, if var is an integer variable, then it is a var means its address, and ampersand and means ampersand var means its address. And we should read and operator or this operator, and if you use and means we should read this one as address of. Remember the address of, you can read this one like that, address of, which means and where it will read be as the address of var variable. Address of var, so variable. Here is the example, same example, int num 25, int iptr is a pointer variable, iptr is equal to ampersand means address of num. Address of num is assigned to the iptr. The next operator is pointer operator or indirection operator. Next operator means indirection operator or pointer operator. This operator is a complement of an address operator. Pointer operator or indirection operator is the complement of address operator. It is a unary operator that returns the value of the variable located. Where value, it will return the value stored in the variable where it is located, where the value stored in a variable in the sorry, it will return the value of the variable located. If you take the variable, it will hold the address of one variable. In that variable, which data is stored, that will be displayed, or that will be displayed. So here is example: int num25, int iptr, pointer is declared, iptr equal to ampersand num. Here is a example, full programming example. Here, see the program: int num and int iptr, and int val, three way. One is two variables, num and val. One more variable is iptr, pointer variable. I assigned as num is equal to 300. So 300 is stored in num. IPTR is equal to ampersand num or address of num. Address of num means that num is stored in particular address. That address will be copied to the IPTR. Val is equal to pointer IPTR. Remember, pointer IPTR means for point IPTR we are assigned the address of num. So in that num variable, which data is stored, that is 300. That 300 it copying to the val. So if you see the output, num is 300, val is 300, because val is equal to and point, sorry, num val is equal to pointer IPTR. So star IPTR. So in IPTR, which address is stored, in that address which data is there, that will be displayed. See, here is the address. The address is a unique number, so we can't identify. I just, for understanding purpose, I told 100, 101, 1000, 2000 like that. But address is not like that. It will be contains the hexadecimal values. Here next we'll move to the pointer arithmetics. We can perform the arithmetic operations on a pointer. Just you can a numeric value. So some numeric values can be added to the pointers. See here, operations: increment, decrement, addition and subtraction. It's possible to increment the pointer, plus plus. It's possible to decrement the pointer. It's possible to add numeric value to the pointer. It's possible to add the numeric value to the pointer. It's possible to subtract numeric value from the pointer. Here is an example. Here int num and iptr. One is a normal variable, one was a iptr, and num is equal to 9 and iptr is equal to and num. For example, here in this table, iptr is pointing to 1200. IPTR is pointing to 1200. Num is equal to 9, ampersand num. So it stores the data 9. So IPTR plus plus means to increment by 2 bytes. Why 2 bytes here? Reason is int contains 2 bytes. 2 bytes combines one memory. So 2 bytes increment by 2 bytes. So it will point into the 1202. If the pointer variable of float type means it is increment by 4 bytes. It will increment by 4 bytes. If it is a character means it will increment by only 1 byte. The following operation can be performed on pointers. We can add integer value to a pointer. It's possible to add integer value to a pointer. It's possible to subtract integer value from the pointer. An integer value can be added and integer value can be subtracted from the pointer. And we can compare two pointers. We can possible to compare 2 points, sir, the elements of the same array, if they point to the elements of the same array. Whenever pointer is pointing to the same array, then it can be compared. Subtract one pointer from another pointer, but it should point to the same array. Whenever the pointer is pointing to the same array, then it can be subtracted. We can assign one pointer to the another pointer, but both of should be same type. It's possible to assign one pointer to another pointer. One pointer to the another pointer is possible to assign, but both of same type. Two integer can be assigned or two float can be assigned. Here some operation cannot be performed. These are the operation we can't perform. Addition of two pointer is not possible to add two pointer IPTR plus CPTR or IPTR plus IPTR1. Two pointer cannot be added. Subtraction of one pointer from another pointer. Subtraction from one pointer from another pointer. Multiplication of two pointer and division of two pointer. This is operation cannot be performed in pointers. Here is an example program. You can read out the program here. Here two pointer PTR1 and PTR2. A is 30, B is 6 and PTR1 is equal to address of A, PTR2 is equal to address of B and X is equal to PTR1 plus pointer PTR minus 6. That operation can be performed. Same here, y is equal to 6 plus pointer PTR divided by pointer PTR2 plus 30. That also can be performed. And here is the some example and the output. So here we reach our session today. In this session we discussed what is the pointers, advantages of pointers, then how we can declare the pointer and how we can assign the pointer and pointer arithmetic. So I'll wind up my session today. Thank you.